Our next guest does not hold back when giving her take on celebrity gossip. Take a look.
Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos
are
the most annoying people on earth.
Right.
And there has literally been, we are doing the research, I believe there's been between 472 and 489 articles written about how hot their sex life is.
Here to give us more of her juicy scoop is writer, comedian, and Bravoholic Heather McDonald.
Hello, thanks for having me.
We miss you. We're glad you're back.
Yeah, we sure are. Heather, I want to ask you this. We know how you feel about Kelly and Mark. We want to get your take on another infamous celebrity couple, all right? Ben Affleck and J-Lo. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary, mazel. But do you think she rushed him down the aisle?
You know, it's kind of interesting that you say that, and I never really thought about it, but I do think she loves to get married. She loves the spectacle of a wedding. And, you know, people that are over 50 that are divorced with, you know, teenage school-age kids, it really doesn't make sense if you don't financially need to live together, or you could live together, but to get married, it doesn't really make sense unless you want that extra press. And as big as she is and as rich as she is just as thirsty as a 25-year-old influencer. Like, I mean, did you see when she was singing the karaoke on her trip?
Yes, and she danced on the table recently, and everyone was like, just please step down.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. You know, embrace it. You're thirsty. You love it. I think they're in love. I hope they stay married. But yes, I think she loves a wedding for sure. I'm looking forward to the vow renewal. We already got the 1-year anniversary. It's just going to be a long future of 1-year anniversary, 1.5-year anniversary, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
We get it. We get it. Speaking of marriage, let's talk about your podcast, Juicy Scoop. You do it with your husband. I just started a podcast with my wife. What's the most challenging thing about working with your spouse, would you say?
Well, what's crazy about my life is that my parents, when I was like, I don't know, school age, they started to work together as realtors. They were one of those, you know, kind of one of the first realtor couples. And my sister and I used to go to bed at night and promise each other we would never work with our husbands. My sister works with her husband as an attorney, and now I work with my husband. It can be the most successful business, you know. You know who's screwing you. It's hopefully your husband. In both ways. So it is nice to have a partner that is your family. But like anything, it's hard to turn it off and just have a nice night and not talk about business, or not be, you know, feel like you spend so much time in the day that then you don't want to have those date nights. So it is a challenge, but, you know, it is a lot of fun too. And it is. You know, and you are proud. And my son is 20 now, and he, even though he goes to college, he's very involved in the business, and my other son is as well. So, you know, some people, you know, have a farm. We have a thirsty mom that needs to be served. You know?
All right. Well, okay, let's get into some Bravo talk, because I'm a huge Bravoholic. So first of all, will I be seeing you at BravoCon, because I missed you last year?
Absolutely. Okay. I actually am doing my own Juicy Scoop Con show at the Venetian that Saturday night. Okay. So I'll be collecting all the Juicy Scoop. I'll be going to the events, and then I'll be having my own show that night. So I always find it really fun. I think the talent loves it. Yeah. And I think it's such a fun weekend to put together with your closest friends.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to check that out, because I'm going to be there. Now, we're hearing a lot about the reality reckoning. What do you think the lawsuits could mean for the future of reality TV?
I honestly have a lot of skepticism that this lawsuit will ever really happen. I haven't heard one person that is, you know, saying, I am ready to stop filming. I want to stop filming. I'm going to get my picket sign together. So I think it's going to be quite a challenge. I don't know who these people are besides, you know, Bethenny wanting it. And I feel like she's using it for a very self-serving purpose. However, I did just hear something allegedly that this has been going on, this idea of possibly going after networks to release NDAs, and that Vanity Fair was writing an article about this months ago, and she may have gotten word of it and jumped on it as, you know, the ultimate crusader, because she was pitching shows to Bravo just a few months ago that didn't go. So, you know, when everything dried up, she decided to, you know, I believe, light the bridge and possibly ruin reality shows forever.
Wow.
So then she can walk around and say, well, no one's ever had the ratings that, I had when I was the Bravo darling. I mean, speak about Trump. She's very, very Trumpish in her braggadocious ways. In my opinion.
Interesting. Okay, so Heather, we have 1 minute left, but I gotta ask you, because during Scandal, I would watch you and listen to Juicy Scoop because you had all the Juicy Scoop. So Vanderpump Rules, because Lala Kent recently said Raquel/Rachel's choice to not return to the show is a travesty, I have to ask you what you thought of Rachel's first interview with Bethenny Frankel.
And
honestly, I don't think it was a wise choice for Rachel. I think she came back too soon. If she was not going to go back to Vanderpump, I think she should have really gone away for about a year. I think she really should have written a very much tell-all. And she really didn't tell anything to Bethenny. I mean, tell-all. Like, this happened at 3 months of the affair. I almost got caught. This was the day I shared it with my best friend, and I thought this was going to happen. Like, then we would have got invested, and then in the process of the story, then I think maybe in the end we would have said, oh, you've grown and we have sympathy, but we also got to read a really juicy story about something we cared about. This did absolutely nothing for her. I don't believe she gained one supporter. And she made no money from it. In the end, she, made no money from it, allegedly. So, like, what was the point except to, a bunch of ad sales for Bethenny? So, once again, very hypocritical, I think.
Ooh, fascinating. She does not mince words. No, you don't. Heather, thank you so much for joining us on DBL today. We appreciate you. To our viewers, you can listen to Juicy Scoop on all podcast streaming apps. And for tickets to Heather's upcoming tour dates, visit heathermcdonald.net. Thank you again, Heather. We'll be right back. Bye, Heather. Good to see you.
Thank you. So fun.